What is up, guys? In today's video we have another inside the mind style video. I'm going to walk you through my thoughts and decisions as we play in Fortnite Zero Build. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, remember to give a like, subscribe to like to see more, and comment down below what you hope to see for Fortnitemares. Mine has to be the witch's broom. It's already kind of been confirmed that it's coming back at this point, but that's probably my favorite Halloween item they have in the game. Works very similar to the Nimbus Clown, just a very fun mobility item. As far as collabs would go, I think like a Michael Myers skin would be really dope. Don't know if they would ever do anything like that. Probably just gonna go brutal for this game. This has been one of my favorite places for Zero Build. Probably have landed here a lot in these videos over the course of Chapter 4, but I don't think I've landed here yet this season. And I have changed kind of how I play this POI this season because I don't like this Ice Lake radio tower. Like, I'll get this one if I have to, but if I clear brutal quickly, I would like to pad from here to there and then get the radio tower that's over there, because I feel like that Ice Lake radio tower is just like not an ideal location to be fighting. So we'll see. Like I said, if I clear brutal quick, I would like to go to that one, but it sometimes takes a while to clear this POI with how people play. I'll land on this Maven. That's great. Somebody landed near me. I don't know what they got. Deep under me. Get this cooler. No shield, unfortunately. Just fish. Kill a guy under me. Splashed. This is not good. The right shoulder deep. GG's. Oh, I thought that was a pump for a second. I got excited. What is the sticky launcher? Nice. Pizza is such a good healing item. This is like my favorite healing item to have until I'm able to get slurps. Each slice gives 30 shield now, so very quick use of a lot of shield, and you can use it to get up to 200. I heard somebody sliding underneath me. He may have been sliding into a crouch though, so he could be still like moving around, and I wouldn't see him on visuals and would have a harder time hearing him. Shockwave to the top, I think. Also somebody ziplining behind me, and people padding because brutal is just always chaos. I don't think this player knows I'm here though. We can hop on this guy. There's still players on either side, I think. This guy might be padding onto him. They might fight. That is unfortunate. That definitely could have been a kill. I was hoping they would fight and then I could just hop on it, but like he was running away from the person padding, I think. And just already had his shockwaves out. I hear somebody close to me. I'm pretty sure I heard somebody. Getting shot by somebody else. Dude, how does this man have so many shockwaves already? Just a waste. I'd rather have this combat SMG over the burst SMG. That is not good. That was not good at all. I didn't think he would hop on me. I wanted to just get here and eat a piece of pizza and then like play this right shoulder peek, but he just like hopped on it immediately. Where even was he? I guess this top was open by the guy shockwaving. This doesn't give very much whites. I do have floppers I dropped back here, I think, though, when I first got the bunkers. I maybe should have threw a bunker there, but I don't even know if it would have changed anything. Like, I was somewhat content with how that fight was going to be. If I was able to get a piece of pizza off, I think we would have been, like, chilling there. Definitely could have hit a harder pump there, I think, as well. Like, my shot wasn't the greatest. Yeah, everything's broken. This launch pad is still here though, right? Yeah, W. And we'll take first shotgun. So there is stuff I could still loot here, but I have decent loot. The main thing I'm concerned with at this point is just getting shockwaves. And I could loot Brutal to look for shockwaves, but also Cabby, the NPC over there. sells shockwaves, and that was the direction I wanted to go anyway, so I might as well pad to here and then pad over to where that NPC spawns. If the launch pad is still here, it seems like it might be broken. Yeah, someone just destroyed this building for some reason. Unlucky. See what these hollow chests are. We didn't do very much damage to him. That's all going to be overshield, and I think that he'll have it back by the time I get to him. This is like a bad fight, though. I don't want to have this. Not necessarily because I'm in much danger, but I kind of just view this as a waste of time. He's dead. I already have a crown, so I don't care much about getting his crown. Get first assault. I just want to get to Cabby, buy shocks, and then get to that radio tower in time. And like getting the radio towers has been important for all of chapter 4, I think, like, or all of chapter 4 season 4 at least. They're very good, but with the nerf to slurp juices, I think it's even more important to get one, because I think it was like a week or two ago they reduced the drop rate of slurp juice, so everything drops half of what it used to. You used to be able to get a radio tower and then you would have 2 slurps, and you know that's good, but now you have to get either 2 radio towers or radio tower and combat cache, or, you know, radio tower, combat cache, island. Like, you have to get multiple sources of slurp juice to actually have multiple. If that makes any sense. And if I was playing team game modes, like let's say I was playing duos right now, he would drop, the boss would drop 2 slurps. I would almost rather just like one player carry the 2 slurps and then the other player carry something like pizza or fieldfish until we're able to get like combat cache and get another one. But I really like having slurps, especially, like, they're good in both builds and zero builds, but like zero builds especially, I think it's huge because it's harder to buy time to heal. Because you can't build. So I really want to get those slurps. Also, recently, I think it was on the spectating video I made, someone commented and said they like to hide behind the radio tower thing and then shoot the boss and wait for him to walk over to them. That way all the loot is there. And I think that comment had like 100 likes or something. So a lot of people seem to agree with that, but I would rather not do that just because I want to get this done. I want to get here, kill him, get out of the way. I don't want to be chilling over here for an incredibly long period of time because, as you see, other players often come and will third party you. So that is why I'm not really that inclined to just be waiting there for a prolonged period of time. I want to get the boss and his minions out of the game as fast as possible. Like, imagine if I was standing behind the box waiting for him to walk over to me there. This guy shoots me in the back. Holly pushes off of it because I also have like the drones on me creating chaos. I would like soaring sprints here. Doesn't seem like it's gonna happen though. But I was gonna say, if I get beams on this guy, that's like 70 damage. Not the most. Alright, GG's. Not the most damage there, but what I was gonna say is, like, if I get beams on him, I would like soaring sprints to be able to get there easily in one shockwave. But once he ended up pushing to here, it made it easier for me to get there in one shockwave. I just didn't want to shockwave across the lake and end up like down there, and then like not only is the damage I got on him like gonna go away because he's gonna heal, but also we're in a terrible spot. But he ended up moving up. I get 70 damage. It's not the most, but it's enough to like crack his overshield and then also probably make him back up while I'm pushing him, because you tag people, usually they're just gonna like back up and go to cover, and that makes sure I'm not gonna take as much damage when I'm shockwaving to him. Master. Part of me wants, I want that purple pump, but also part of me wants to hold them in case I find an exotic maven. I think the exotic maven is like, it's always been good, but with the ice wall in the game, I feel like it's even better now because I would really like to just carry 2 guns. If we carry like maven AR and then ice wall shocks, that's good. And you can get by with like sharp tooth AR, but it's just not as good of a fighting loadout, and if you encounter someone that is playing like aggro well, like it could be rough for you, especially if they have the exotic Maven. It's very hard for like Sharptooth Twin Mag Arrow to like out DPS the exotic Maven if the person using it is playing well. Nice. I'm not gonna have on the go bag this game, but that's fine. And I did waste a shockwave to get my cash at gold rarity. So I wanted that gold pump, but it's fine because we could buy more from Cabby. His stock is so ridiculous, and it's like 36 gold for 2 or something like that. Like, it's a very irrelevant price to pay for the shockwaves. I'm just gonna get this so someone else doesn't. I kind of wish I didn't though. Like, I hate anything that like takes time like this. Like, I just don't feel like going into this animation. Nice, this is perfect. Also, earlier when I was fighting that guy after I put the radio tower card in, I could have maybe like held my slurp and went back and got my pizza slices, but I just didn't want him to push up in that time. Like, I'd rather burn the slurp and not lose the game because of it than try to be like conservative with the slurp and then end up like losing to him. Because if he pushed right away, like if he had shocks and pushed right away after like tagging me there, like we would have been in a rough spot if I didn't heal. And like, I'm surprised he didn't push. I guess he didn't have shockwaves, but like, hit me a lot. Just like we just hit this player a lot. Soaring sprints there was not the play for him. He probably should have just low shockwave to this tree and then tried to beam me. But he took a lot of damage there. So it's like kind of hard for him to play. But if you're incredibly weak, going super high like that is not ideal. Unfortunately, this launch pad was destroyed earlier. If it was still there, I would probably just hang out here and wait for Island to spawn. Because I think Island is going to spawn either here. Okay, it's spawned over there. Bro, what is this? I got like some Star Wars stuff on the side of my screen. What is going on? Is that just there for the remainder of the game now? I didn't mean to like mark any challenges or anything. Yeah, I guess that's just there, bro. What is Fortnite? Gonna low shockwave here. When you have soaring sprints, it's so important to make sure you like shockwave properly. Whether like, if like a lot of people I think just get into the habit of sprint jump shockwaving all the time, because normally that's like fine, but when you have soaring sprints, there's times where if you sprint jump, it's not ideal. Like the last player we eliminated, the one that had the crown, if he had low shockwave, like if he just shockwaved while moving a bit forward and didn't jump at all, I would have had a harder time killing him. But like, putting yourself super high in the sky like that isn't ideal. It worked a lot better last season with the explosive repeater in the game because you could just like keep chucking explosives down from the sky. But a lot of the weapons this season are not as effective for that playstyle. Even like the sticky launcher doesn't have like the fire rate of the repeater, and it doesn't blow up right away like the repeater did. So it's a little more like, still annoying, but it's just not as insane as the repeater was for that playstyle. I'm more concerned about capturing this island than I typically would be. Someone just zipped up. Oh, this guy just eliminated themselves with fall damage. This person had the exotic Maven as well. I saw them in the kill feed with it earlier. What I was going to say is I'm more inclined to capture island here than I normally would be because I need the slurp. If I had 2 slurps, I wouldn't be that concerned about capturing it. Like, it's nice to get, but the fact that I only have 1 slurp, I would like the second one. Paying attention to the kill feed like that could be so helpful, too. Because I saw that guy in the kill feed getting a lot of kills with the Maven earlier. The heisted accelerate Maven. So I knew if I ever, like, beamed that player with ARs, like, long range, that I would want to get their loot. Like, that is something I try to kind of make note of when I see people with the exotic Maven in the kill feed. who it is, or just in general, like who's getting a lot of kills. That could be something that's tough to pay attention to for some players, but I played Call of Duty a lot before Fortnite ever existed, and just paying attention to the kill feed in COD was relevant for like certain things, like knowing who's on a streak and stuff. I would like to have the ice wall now. I don't remember if anybody I killed had it. I know like the player I killed over on this bridge had it, but I can't remember anyone else that did. I wonder how that player eliminated themselves with fall damage. Because I had seen them in the kill feed a bunch. Like, they had gotten a decent amount of kills. I figured that was going to be, like, one of the harder players to eliminate in the lobby. And, like, it's not the end of the world to be using an SMG with the Maven, but I would like to have the utility anyways. And since we have the exotic Maven, it makes running that utility a little more viable. Bunkers can be good too, but I just like the ice wall because it's unlimited. The ice wall is so nice because you can just use it all the time and not be concerned about when you're using it. You don't have to think like, am I going to be getting the most value out of this or like whatever, which for bunkers you might have to sometimes because it's a limited resource. Ice wall is unlimited and it comes back so fast, like 12-second cooldown. Like you can throw one, beam somebody a decent amount, shockwave at them, and then place another. Like it's already basically ready to go right now. And we got not very far at all from the one that we just placed. This is where having forecast is so valuable. Because like with this zone, normally I would probably want to be playing Brutal. And it really wouldn't be the end of the world to be playing Brutal because it has pads to easily get out. But we know zone is going to end on this like area over here. So it's not really worth fighting for Brutal. Whereas otherwise I probably would fight for Brutal because if zone ends up going there, if I do. And there's just a lot of like little decisions like that endgame where not only does knowing where zone is let you know like what places are good, but it also like you avoid fighting for things that aren't as valuable. This isn't like the best example though because like I said, Brutal has pads to get out, so even if you fight for Brutal it's not that big of a deal. But there's some places where like if it was Citadel back in the day, if zone was gonna pull up there you'd want to be there, but if it isn't gonna pull up there then it's like not that really that advantageous for you to be there. Zone pulls like deep back as well. Check this building. Okay. Yeah, zone pulls all the way back here. So like this castle will be a good place to be eventually. And just pinging where zone is in these moving zones can be so helpful sometimes. Just to like visually see on the map where zone is. Especially in an area that's more just like open and not as many landmarks. Like with this zone you can just be like, oh yeah, that castle is good, and like you probably know where that castle is. But for more like open zones, I really like pinging the ground in game just so I can get like that visual indicator of where zone is going to be. The rest of this lobby might be kind of free because like I said, most of the players I saw getting kills in the kill feed, I eliminated, or they somehow eliminated themselves with fall damage. That was so lucky for me because like fighting an exotic Maven on island is like one of the situations where the exotic Maven is heavily favored. Like those fights are just like pretty RNG. And with these moving zones, you can basically just shock in a zone, ice wall, hold lobby, shock in a zone, ice wall, hold the lobby. Like it's just very easy to rinse and repeat this playstyle if you do have both shockwaves and the ice wall. And when you're playing around your ice wall, you just want to make sure you have right shoulder peek as often as possible. Even if you try, like, even if you have a player playing over here, like let's say someone gets close to me and they're playing under, like you just want to navigate this in such a way that you always have right shoulder peek. Like this one, for example, if someone was playing right here, I wouldn't want to like go like this to push them because I would have left shoulder peek there. I'd want to go like this. And it's like the same with bunkers. Like any piece of cover you're playing around, you just want to always have right shoulder peek. It's like the single most beneficial thing in Fortnite that you can do to help yourself win fights in Zero Build. I don't know what these people are doing, but like I said, I don't expect the most out of these last few remaining players because typically the better players in the lobby are going to be aggressive. And most of the people that I'd seen being very active in the kill feed earlier were, I've already gotten out of the game. And like that is one of the key differences between like more modern Fortnite and Fortnite in the past. With all these mid-match objectives like the radio tower, the combat cache, and island, mainly radio tower and island. Since there's 3 radio towers on the map and 1 island, a lot of people know how good those things are. So like, if you, we got this guy using a lightsaber and MK, but if you go for radio tower and island, I feel like you very often end up fighting the better players in the lobby, because like I said, there's 3 radio towers on the map, 1 island, so it just forces people to fight if they want those benefits. And most of the time, the people that are, you know, too cautious to go for those things aren't like the most threatening. Okay, this guy's not gonna land on me. If he was gonna land on me, I would want to get a shockwave ready to go and then just shockwave a little bit before he lands on me. And then just land on him and kill him after he lands. Because when they land in there, somebody close on me. I think he's in this bush. We could shock him out of zone. I just got sniped from somewhere. I don't even know where I got sniped from though, because I was like paying attention to that alien on me. It might have been like a balloon player. Still 4 players left alive. I don't know where the person that killed that guy is. Probably somewhere maybe in those bushes. See if they go for that crown. It's been a kind of weird lobby. I know one of them is playing off lightsaber, I think. This one had one, but I also think that guy that was like flying around with soaring sprints and like the rocket ram and stuff may also be playing to just lightsaber me in his zone. It's how a lot of people play Endgame now. It's just like one of those play styles that's like anybody can just do it and get wins, you know? So it attracts a lot of people, but also it's annoying to lose to. So I feel like a lot of people lose to it once and then they're like, never again, I'm going to be the one doing that. Again, just want a low shockwave there, not to give this player a chance to beam me. One v 1v1. One guy's right there. I don't know where the other one is. I'm somewhat tempted to... I wish I knew where the other one was. I don't want to push this sniper. Like, I don't want to peek him. Soaring sprints is so good fighting around these ice towers with the exotic maven, because I could just give up my thing and then soaring sprint jump in. Oh, he's over here. Weird. He was just like sitting in that bush next to that player then, I guess. Or maybe he couldn't see them over there because of that hill. That hill might have like blocked his perspective. But yeah, I don't know. That was a very weird endgame, but that kind of goes back to what I was saying before about how like very often if you eliminate the better players in the lobby, you just have people like that endgame. And as long as you don't overextend yourself, you could be fine because very few of them are actually going to do anything. And that's like the reason why it got to that point with that many people alive. But I think a lot of players just get like very nervous in game. And they're like, oh my god, there's still 5 people left. I need to make sure I kill this guy. Whereas like that entire game, I was just playing very safe in game. And it's like none of those players really seemed like they were going to do anything to eliminate me. When that sniper was just playing this hill, I kind of thought about like shockwaving at him and then ice walling or shockwaving him out of zone because he was just playing off the snipe. But I felt like if I did that, I would have left myself vulnerable to getting third-partied if the other person like came from behind me, and they were coming from this bush. So if I like shockwave here and then ice wall there, they do have like very easy beams on me. So I just played a little safe, and I feel like if you are the more confident player in game, could definitely work in those situations. As always, if you guys found this helpful, informative, interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe to like some more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.